Good morning. It's July 5th, 6th. It's July 6th. I had to check out my calendar. I wanted to thank some people for the support and some of their stories. They're sad. It's horrible what this county will do to innocent people. Now, I'm not against crime and punishment. I'm not against the law, anything else like that. I do support our system. I don't support the corruption in our system. I've created an email address. It's down here. Whoops, over there. Gotta love cameras. I'm learning all this. Right there. If you have an injustice story that you want to talk about, or you have facts to show the injustice that happened, by all means, we will discuss it. I'm bringing on a partner into this. She is ex-Air Force, retired military, and so please subscribe. We plan on doing regular videos, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. We'll see how this goes. We have many cases to talk about. I've been given permission by either the victim or the criminal to discuss certain cases. It's just one of those things that we do, and I want to shine a spotlight. I have I have about 10 cases in this county that all have never gone anywhere, but they used it to inflate or try to destroy my reputation. I've never been a criminal, never tried to be a criminal. I don't take BS. If you come to my door causing a problem, I am not gonna back down. Never have, never will. But I do follow the law. I've been trained into following rules of engagement and other things like that, so it makes it interesting. So I don't do interpretations. You read the law. An assault is an assault. Fortunately, in Arizona, assault is not necessarily where you have to assault somebody. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Just like an overt act isn't an overt act. You think that an overt act is where you do something towards the goal of something, but that's not the case in Apache County. You'd think that murder is murder, but it's not. There's a lot of things that aren't. You think that theft of a motorcycle, having possession of it without the permission of the lawful owner, is a crime. Not in Apache County. Remember, if you're going to steal something, get permission from anybody else, and the Sheriff's Department, especially T. Moreno and Deputy Brown. I don't know his first name yet. We're working on that one too. Won't take a criminal complaint and then say we're going to arrest somebody else because, oh, well, they were complicit in the crime, even though they weren't, because you can go steal anything you feel like it. Use this video. Say, hey, William gave me permission to go and take this person's stuff. And that gives me authority. You have case precedent right here in this case with my stolen 2002 Honda Shadow Spirit. The Sheriff's Department's policy is not to arrest and not to charge, and then to negotiate a return of this stuff. So today they're going to be returning it. I do expect it to get arrested today because Apache County hates me, and they will try to chump up charges. We are going to record it, and I'm thinking about doing a live stream on it, just because I'm doing a recording and then uploading it. If I'm in jail, then I can't do that. So I'm thinking about doing a live stream and all that good stuff there, because I do believe if you shine a light on these police, and they get really offended, by the way, when you have a video camera. It's funny. They record you, but they also edit the video. And I know that for a fact because I had a 911 call where I was on the phone with the Sheriff's Department while I was supposedly committing my aggravated assault. And Celeste Robertson ordered the destruction of that 911 tape, and they refused to turn it over, and they refused to produce it. And we also have court filings in CR 2021-0310 where Celeste Robertson filed that she turned over discovery on December 12th of 2021, but she never did. She didn't turn over discovery until July of 2023. So that was that's something that's going to be addressed also. The judge, Whiting, seems to want to ignore that, and so I'm going to be bringing it up again and irritating people. Unfortunately, the truth irritates people, as I found out at Summit with the receptionist lady for my doctor's appointment. It's kind of funny. She's on the other side of the rumors and the lies, so it's good that she hates me. Awesome there. Appreciate it. It's always fun when you're only allowed to have one side and then you try to shut down the other side. And you don't want to hear the facts, but you want to be angry that I'm free, I'm out, and I'm not a convicted felon. So kudos to Summit Healthcare. You guys are awesome out there. We'll see what happens with that. And then we go forth and back to the channel thing. We're going to sit here and discuss my channel. And I want to bring up to the fact of doing the injustice of this county. Shining a light on it. Individual cases. Bring them up. I understand that some people are disheartened. This is a long process. It shouldn't be. But unfortunately, the people in government want to control their power. And they want it. They're going to fight you. The individuals in government, your clerks, your employees, all the other stuff. I hate to tell you this. They go along with it. It's sad that nobody has the integrity to stand up and go, yeah, this isn't right. I love it when you know that there's something going wrong, and they know there's something going wrong when they go, that's just my job. The Nazis said the same thing. In Apache County, even though everybody knows they're doing something wrong, they go, well, I'm just doing what I'm told. It's just my job. This is what was ordered. This is what I was told to do. It's a good cover. Unfortunately, if you take a look at the Milgram study and a couple other ones, you can see where people have said the same things when they're trying to shock people, because they were trying to figure out why the German soldiers went along with everything and why the German people did. People go, oh, it was just my job. It's okay. It's not okay. We are a country that is built on people who are supposed to have integrity. The integrity in our system is no longer there. I do believe in my country. I believe in the laws of this country. I love my government for the most part. I think they do some stupid things, but that's individuals. You can't just say, oh, well, this department, this is what's coming down. Okay, who said it, what, and when? There's accountability, and that's the way things go. So, in the end, I have opened up this email. I'd love to hear from you guys. Please subscribe to my channel, and hopefully we can end the corruption, or at least slow it down in Apache County and in the state of Arizona. And I have no problem, and we're going to be talking about other things and other cases throughout this country. We're going to break down the rules of criminal procedures. These are the rules that the courts must follow, and which they don't. I don't think the judge, the district attorney, or even most of the prosecutors are the public defenders. I call them public prosecutors, but some are good. Some are very good. They try their best with their hands tied. I can look at it objectively and try to work with them and understand that it's not personal, but you still should do what's right. And sometimes it's a thankless job, but just like police and firefighters and military. When you sign up, you don't think it's going to be a safe job. Unfortunately, you agreed to the position. You put an application in for it. So it must be voluntarily. And so there's certain things, and I know I'm not the smartest person in the world, and I don't understand everything, but I do know that if you don't object to it in court, it's not appealable later. And if you have a public defender who is unwilling or unable to secure your rights, which is funny, you have to ask for your rights to be secured, and that's amazingly a FUBAR thing. Your rights should be inherent, and they should operate with the guarantee of your rights rather than trying to take them away. That's just my opinion, but it's not the way it works. The works is that you have no rights in the court system until you ask for them, until you demand them, and then you have to knowingly and intelligently not waive them. And you have to have a lawyer who the judge only listens to not waive them on your behalf, or hold hearings without you there. Judge Whiting in Apache County Court thought that it wasn't my right to be in court, or to be present at all my court hearings. I actually filed a motion in the 2021-0310 case, which Judge Whiting has now ignored. He has refused to address it, about my rights to be present at all of my court hearings. Because leading up to the trial of 2024, I was told that there was approximately, I don't know, maybe 30, 31 hearings that the Apache County Court had while I was in custody, and they refused to bring me into it. I have never waived my rights to be present at all my hearings, and I still don't waive my rights. It's just like the Apache County Sheriff's Department has warned me about these videos, warned me about my channel, warned me about federal lawsuits, that if I continue to pursue them, that they will kill me. Well, I guess you're going to have to do what you're going to have to do. I want to make it publicly known that I'm not suicidal. I understand I have no rights when talking to a police officer, and they can just arbitrarily arrest you and take you into custody, and I'm not going to fight them. I'm going to have to submit, and hopefully I will walk away at a certain point of time and get it done, just like I've done so many times already. So I just want to let everybody know, and I want you, if you're going to write me, tell me your story. That's fine. I hope you will give me permission to talk about your story, and we will get all the relevant facts that we can. Apache County is known notoriously for not adhering to FOIA requests or failing to produce proper documents. Our tax dollars are extremely wasted on a court system that and people who refuse to do their jobs and comply with the law. So if they won't comply with the law, my question is, why should we? Now, we should because we have better integrity, but these people just ignore the law. So I would like to start a petition and to remove qualified immunity from public officials. You shouldn't need special protections, especially when you're in the law or you're a public official. You should know, and you should know the rules of your game. If you're not, hey, then that's on you. You take bribes, you do this, you do that. It shouldn't be such a fight to get it in front of a court to get some justice. These people need to be held accountable. Maybe they wouldn't do so many bad things, and you can take a look around. Police corruption, government corruption, judicial corruption is all around us. And they hide behind something called qualified immunity. So, we're going to start a petition. I'd like you to contact your representative, contact the Arizona State Judicial review board or the legislative board over the judicial, I've got some names. I'll be posting those too. Contact them. Tell them your stories. These people need to be held accountable. This has gone on for way too long in a country where you shouldn't have special protections just because of your job. You should still be held accountable. Now, it takes time. It takes a lot of patience, and it has to do with perseverance. You'll get told no a million times. The cops have already threatened to Epstein me in my jail cell. They threatened to kill me on the street. They threatened to kill me in a traffic stop. I've had every state, from a state trooper all the way down to the sheriff's department. My thing is, do it. I appreciate the threats. I'm glad to know that I'm doing something right then, because I'm irritating you, and you have something to hide. But I still won't shut up. I know you're going to trump up new charges. You can't get any worse than first-degree murder. So figure it out. You guys have accused me of trying to commit 6 murders when nobody died, no attempt was made, no anything was made, and then we sit back at this bullshit. So, but you did kidnap me for 2 years, 10 days. I'm not done. Sadly, you ruled that you don't need an overt attempt in words alone. So that means if I say I'm going to kill this plant, I guess I'm guilty of plant killing, and according to Judge Whiting, and that's the ruling. There's probably a reason why they didn't want that one to go to trial, because they would look stupid. I did ask them, though, for the death penalty. They refused to take that plea deal. Because once you take the death penalty, it immediately goes to an appeal to the Supreme Court Justice of the state of Arizona. And Apache County doesn't like people reviewing their cases. As it turns out, take a look at my 310 case, the 2021 aggravated assault. They said that we weren't allowed to have justifiable defenses. Even though they had the 911 call, which they deleted. They didn't delete the other person's 911 call, which states that I drove 60 miles an hour into a parking lot and came to a screeching halt, and all hell broke loose, and it was Armageddon, hell on earth. Turns out that the video showed the complete opposite. And in the beginning, I had the sheriff's testimony and the police reports where there was no violent activity or threatening behavior witnessed through the videos, even though people said they had a conversation with me, which the video shows that they didn't. Then the sheriff had to come back and say that they reset off the property line, that he didn't believe that they'd hit anything, even though they did. They scraped the side of my food truck, and it cost me $1,400, by the way. Still haven't gotten any justice for that, but I'm going to be perseverant and continue. And I have, like I said, I just don't ever give up. If you've been treated badly by Apache County or any court system, stand up. Take your rights. It's going to take a while. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be a fight. In the end, that's the American way. That's what it is to be an American citizen. When you see something wrong, especially with our court system and our government, this is a government for the people, by the people, and it needs to be held accountable. We have gone too long where Americans look the other way and go, oh, I feel so bad you went through that, but yeah, I'm going to stay away. Give your support. Subscribe. Hey, tell your story. Call up your representatives. Tell them it's done. Be done with it. God, this is not the America that I grew up with. It's getting worse and worse, and we need to take back. Have impartial juries. Have impartial judges. Be innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around. The hardest thing for me is not to be a convicted felon. Because if I was a convicted felon, I could get $2,000 a month to pay for my rent. Or if I was a drug addict and I had a problem, I could go and get assistance and get donations and get people to help me out. Now not being a convicted felon, well, you were charged with first-degree murder. Oh, you were charged with aggravated assault. Oh, you were charged with harassment. Oh, you were charged with this. Oh, there must be something there. But there is nothing there. All the charges have been dismissed, except for one, which we're going to go to another trial on. Hopefully it's going to be fair and impartial. Hopefully I can get everything worked out. But I'm much better armed this time, and I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to be threatened at the jury with being shot by the sheriff's department if I open my mouth. I'm going to aid and help my defense as best as I can, and hopefully my lawyer doesn't get too angry at me and fire me. I think he's a good guy. I think he is extremely knowledgeable. Do I think that there's other factors in play? Absolutely. But we're going to be doing this on this channel. And I'm starting off with Apache County. I can do the other counties too. We can look into things, see players. But I do want to talk facts, okay? And not made up stories or anything else like that. We can do rumors, and we'll talk it into it and say, hey, well, this happened or that happened, blah, 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 blah. Because sometimes events you can't prove. But at least we'll provide most of the facts that we can. Not just Apache County is corrupt. Well, let's talk about the details. Okay? Let's talk about the people who are corrupt. All right? Like the people who stole $600,000 in a no-bid contract for being a special prosecutor after she was part of a corrupt public defender's or prosecutor's office. And how many fake charges she's brought up against people. And they've bullied and lied and deleted evidence and not turned over. I know personally in my 2021 0310 case that Celeste Robertson filed false court documents as part of the official record. She never turned over discovery December of 2021. My lawyer said no, nothing was ever turned over. Never got it. But she signed and certified and filed false court documents. Wow. She's insane. She does this. She is a prosecutor who is drunk on power. And it needs to be stopped. There has to be a reasonable way of looking at things. Just like, you know, charging people with second-degree murder and manslaughter and all these slew of charges, you know, for an accident, for something that was unintended. You know, when she goes after blood, where one person gets 15 years, another person gets 5 years, and another person gets 5 years probation plus a year and a half in county jail. All for the same charge, all for the same criminal offense. And believe it or not, the person with 14 other DUIs is the one who got 5 years. Other ones were first offense. So we got from 15 years all the way down to a year and a half with 5 years probation. That's amazing. That's insane. There has to be an equal application of the law somewhere around here. And the bullying and holding people in jail indefinitely until they take a plea deal. I know another guy who they charged him with all sorts of crazy stuff, all sorts of sexual offense fines. Now, it was the largest sexual crime in the county. And then it turned out that he had brain cancer, and his own public pretender decided to tell him that he was going to die in jail before he got a hearing. So he might as well take the plea deal for child/adult abuse. 3 counts. That was the end of the plea deals right there. 5 years probation. So they just wanted a conviction. And they used the threat of his death, coercion, which was even stated in court in front of the judge. And it still didn't matter. His own lawyer said that he would not let him go to trial and have his day. Almost 2 years in county jail. And this is the stuff that is going on. You gotta look. You gotta be a part of America. Sadly, I know it takes time. I know it takes a little bit of investment. Or just making phone calls. Help support. Subscribe. Talk. Open your mouths. Don't allow this. We have a couple of cops right now that are driving around pulling over little girls or younger girls and then letting them off and then making dates with them later. We have a sheriff who has been pulled out of a car, a county vehicle, our vehicle, the taxpayer's vehicle, drunk with puke on himself. And the sheriff's department covered it up. These are all things that we're going to talk about. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day. I'm sorry if I'm such a bummer bringing it out. We'll try to come up with some fun topics and see if we can do this. If you have a story, write to alpinecountyinjustice. I got to do this right. Wow, this camera stuff is interesting. Anyways, I can't figure it out. I ain't that smart. I can fix a computer. I can do a network. I can trace all that stuff. This video stuff, I'm learning. Much to the demise of what the excuse was on my 310 case, because supposedly I edited the video in less than an hour and recreated it and got it all done and back. And I'm here to tell you that an hour, it takes me longer to do these videos. I take a lot of retakes because I see a lot of stupid stuff. I haven't figured out how to edit it out yet. I'm working on Shotcut, which will help me edit things out if I need to. I would much rather just redo the video and get it out. So, but you guys have a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day outside. I would pray for more rain. I hope so. But God bless. If you have found yourself in injustice, you're not alone. And hopefully you'll email me and we can discuss it, talk about it, and maybe shine a light on it. I'm persistent with the Attorney General. I'm persistent with the Department of Justice. And I'm not going to stop. Unfortunately, I know the government is out to protect itself, and it protects its bad actors. It does so with the police who commit crimes, and they only finally break when it becomes so irrefutable it's not even funny. But be strong, be safe. God bless America. God bless you. God bless your families. And enjoy your day. Make it a better tomorrow. Good day.